Listen, do you hear it? Most traders don't. They're looking at candles while we're listening to the market. The market has always been speaking. Learn to listen.
This one starts exactly when the market is about to open. Ain't no guessing, ain't no hoping. Locking.
Phone on silent, mind on purpose. Every candle got a purpose.
No distractions, no reactions. Only reading what's in action.
Everybody looking, few observing. Everybody clicking, few deserving.
Locking, nothing else exists. Locking, discipline don't miss. Eyes on harmony, hands stay still.
If it ain't my setup, I don't chase the thrill.
Win slow, lose smaller. That's how legends think tomorrow. Green don't make me, red don't break me. Every session shapes me. The noise disappears. Conquer all your fears. Every candle, every line, the chart speaks right on time. The chart decides. I just listen.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all ready to listen to the chart? Welcome to Trading with the Edge Sunday's market analysis right before the market opens. Now, you know, we trade the Nas over here and we trade futures. So in futures, it's in Q1, but it's no different than the Nas 100. All right, so you know we trade with the edge. So let's listen to what the market is telling us right before the market opens. This is what the average person sees when they come to TradingView. They come on a Sunday, they want to mark up their charts, and they want to look left before they look right. This was all last week. This is what happened last Sunday. This is what the market did. It started, came back down, it touched where it closed at, boom, and then it took off. All right, so this is where the market is. So what are we going to do now when this market starts at 6 p.m.? We don't jump into trades on Sunday at 6 o'clock when the market opens. We watch the market open. We analyze where it is. Is it going to be buying? Is it going to be selling? We are able to listen because we can hear what the big banks and the corporations are telling us as soon as we go with the edge. We are a minute away from the market opening. I never guess, never try to speculate what the market is going to do. I just make sure that I use an edge before I take any type of execution on the market. So we got less than 30 seconds left, and we're going to see where the market opens up, and then we're going to give ourselves the edge. We're going to look at different pairs and see what harmony looks like across different pairs, because it might be your pair. You might not trade Nas. You might trade gold. You might trade USDJPY. We don't know. The market is just open for us, and this is the first candle at 6 p.m. Now, for us to get the edge, First thing we want to see with the edge is where's our wealth line? Our wealth line is at the bottom. Big banks and corporations pushing price up. The next line that we want to look for clarification is what? Our clarity line. That's the white line. Our clarity line is right underneath the wealth line. It's on its way moving. The market open is pushing up because our next line is flow. If we have all three lines in harmony, that is the perfect song telling us, hey, the market is pushing up. Right now, we see on Sunday, the wealth line is pushing up. We want to wait for the market to get clear, push up some more. Once we're clear and it's on top of wealth, the next line is flow. After flow, we want momentum, which is our yellow line, and ignition, where price is actually at, is red. So we are close to all five of those lines being in perfect harmony on the 1 hour chart. If and when we have perfect harmony on the 1 hour chart, we want those same five lines singing the same harmony on our 15-minute chart. On our 15-minute chart, we have our big banks and corporations doing what? Pushing the market up. We are clear that they are pushing the market up. They have the flow because we are clear that they're pushing the market up, and that ignited the ignition. This is a perfect combination for 1, 2, 3, 4, and the market opened and it pushed right up. There are students that were waiting for this to happen that had a buy limit somewhere around this point. Market opened, touchdown, and they are in profit currently at the moment. I just personally don't trade on Sunday, but there is a lot of people in the community that do. So they looked at the 5-minute chart. They saw that same confirmation, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is that 6 p.m. opening. And then on the 1-minute chart as well, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 where the market opened here. It opened up here 6 o'clock. It took off. And those who got in because they had perfect harmony immediately got into profits. And that is how harmony works around here. We do this Monday through Friday. So let me just recap and show you again. Those who started on the 1 hour chart, they immediately look for the wealth line, the dark blue line, see who was in control, the bankers and corporations at the bottom pushing the market up. They look for clarity. Where is clarity? Ooh, clarity is very, very close on an upward swing toward wealth. Okay, they like, I think that's good enough for me. No, it's not good enough for me personally as the teacher. I teach perfect harmony. This is close to perfect, but you know how students do. So they had their flow. They had their momentum and the ignition. So immediately at 6 p.m., they were like, when the market opened and I already can hear, I have harmony. And because I have harmony, I'm going to execute and make a couple of $100 and close my computer and go about my day because profits are better than wages. You know, you didn't have to trade time. You just had to wait for perfect harmony. You saw the market set up. It was a perfect setup for you. Soon as the market opened, you kind of say, oh, it's going to go up and get up. And you took advantage of it. And so as the 5-minute chart, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, on the 1-minute chart, we execute on the 1-minute chart. So this was Friday, 6 p.m., perfect harmony, 1, 2, 3, 4. The market opened and it pushed right up for you to make profits, and you could close your close your laptop and get out of the trade and wait for Monday. So what is Monday looking like on the chart? So we don't predict it. We just listen for harmony. All right. So those of us who did get in at that 6 p.m. opening chart on that one candle, they got their profits, secured their profits, and either they set a trailing stop loss or they're still in this trade. I don't know what that particular student did, but those were the options. But for tomorrow, what are we're looking for wealth to break past the clarity line. Once we have wealth breaking past the clarity line, then we would have perfect harmony across all four of the channels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 1. To have this tomorrow, I am looking when we do have our listening party tomorrow for this probably to be right at breaking even pushing over. If it's pushing over, of course, then we know we have perfect harmony across all five. I mean, all four, one, two, three, and four. And at 9:30, we execute for a long or a buy because we'd have perfect harmony across all five at opening bell. So that is the analysis for Nas for Monday when we're looking at the chart. So let's go to our friend gold, XAU USD. All right, so we're using the pair of gold. This is what I say when you say the clarity broke above the wealth line. This is a perfect example. So on the 1 hour time frame, this was the 6 o'clock opening bell when it opened here. As you can see, it spiked up, came down. It had a pull. It's in a pullback, but it spiked up at 6 p.m. But you have the wealth line at the bottom. You're clear that the buyers and corporations are in control. Here is your flow. There is the ignition, and this is where price actually is right now. So would someone say, well, do I get in now? We don't just execute on one time frame. This is where we start on the time frame. Actually, I should have started on the 4 hour on Sunday, but that's when we go. I'll save that for our training class for the members when we cut this training off. So let's go to the 15 minute. On the 15 minute, you'll see 1, 2, 3, and then your momentum and ignition are right now because they are in they're touching. So that's why this candle is spiking up and down because they're touching. It's deciding on which way it wants to go. This was the opening at 6 p.m. You had you have a whole lot of this just happening. So the 1, 2, and you didn't see a steady harmony. There was not harmony on this 5 minute chart, and definitely not harmony on the 1 minute chart. So because you did not have harmony, you would not have executed on 6 o'clock on gold. It looked good on the 1 hour. Like, oh, okay, let's get in this trade. Let's get in for the buy. Let's jump in right now. The clarity just crossed. We got flow. We got ignition. Let's get in for the buy. Before you do that, make sure you check. Did you have it? Were you clear? Did you have harmony here? 1, 2, 3, disharmony. We count 1, 2, disharmony. 1, disharmony. So we knew we were not executing on gold at 6 p.m. when the market opened. We can now hear what the chart is whispering. Does that make sense to you guys? We do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can listen to the chart on TradingView across any pair. Let's go to US 30. The dirty 30. Yes. Does it work on the 30? Yes, it works on the Dow Jones as well, as crazy as the Dow Jones moves. So let's go to the 1 hour chart and let's see what the big banks and corporations are on the Dow. So we look at the US 30, we have 1, 2, and then we have disharmony. You can see all of this disharmony happening on US 30. So be mindful when trading. You definitely don't want to trade in disharmony. So starting off on the 1 hour, we have disharmony, and we know once we break it down, it's just going to be ideal disharmony. No reason for us to even try to make a trade and execute anything on US 30 at all. You can see it. You can actually see it without having to waste your trading dollars in the market. Now let's calm down some. Let's calm down. Oh, Bitcoin. What do you mean Bitcoin? I wanted to calm down, but you guys want to see Bitcoin. All right, let's go to Bitcoin. Let's go to our 1 hour chart. Who is in control? I want you guys to tell me who is in control. Yes, buyers. Big banks and corporations at the bottom. Big blue line at the bottom. Y'all can't see me? Oh, goodness. My bad. I got my lights on and everything, and y'all can't see me. My thousand apologies. My bad, y'all. So, but you can hear and you can see. That's what's more important. You can see the screen. All right, so let's looking at Bitcoin on the 1 hour chart. The The big banks and corporations are in charge. We are clear that they're in charge. They have the flow and the momentum. There is the ignition. So what happened at 6 o'clock? You had your perfect setup, and it did that. But let's go across all five. We didn't just take off first. We wanted to make sure that we had that harmony. One, two, three, and here's our 6 o'clock. Four and five. 5 minute chart. 6 o'clock. One, two, three, four. Here's our 6 o'clock candle on Bitcoin. 1 minute time frame. 6 o'clock. One, two, three, four, five. So you guys can hear that the market was singing in perfect harmony on Bitcoin at 6 o'clock. When the market opened across the 1 hour time frame, it said we are singing buys. 6 o'clock. Where's our wealth line? I'm sorry. We got to find our wealth at the bottom. One, two, three, four. Let's find our 6 o'clock. This is our Sunday at 6 p.m. candle. And she said, yep, I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am singing up. But before we executed, we were looking at the chart 5 minutes before we were trading gold, like we were trading Nas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pushed gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's our 6 o'clock. Sunday at 6 o'clock. This is our 6 o'clock candle. Push right up. And then let's open it up some so we can go to the 1 minute. And here's our 6 o'clock candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect harmony. So when you have perfect harmony across multiple time frames, executing at the time is not as emotional, it's not as difficult. You are more comfortable because you're executing in harmony. And because we execute on the 1 minute time frame, you are executing to get into this profit within that 1 minute time frame. You have the perfect execution, perfect harmony. You execute. Those that hold are holding because they're doing trailing stop losses. They're bringing a stop loss from here up to this point, and this is where their trailing stop loss is. So they're staying in the trade. And then now some of them are pulling their trailing stop loss up to the ignition. If it pulls back to this point, remember this is where they got in. If it pulls back to this point, or if it continues to take off, they'll stay in. That's the trailing stop loss. That's for the later class when we go at 6:30 when I meet with the VIP members. Because they trade all type of pairs that I have never even heard of. And it's just fun. I learn right along with the community because I'm like, I never even heard of that pair. I never even saw that pair. But let's put the harmony on it and see what we can do. And we just have fun together in their class. So let's go and look at, like I said, slow it down. GBP, USD, let's go there. All right, the Great British Pound versus the US dollar. All right, and we're going to go and we're going to cut the edge off because remember, the edge is for high volatile pairs. With the Forex pairs in the stock market, we use the edge razor. All right, so let's start at the 1 hour time frame. Who's in control of GBP USD? What do we look for first? You guys know it, our big blue line at the bottom pushing the market up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have perfect harmony. Here's our 6 o'clock. We got a blue candle. Before we executed at 6 o'clock, we wanted to make sure. Here is 1, 2, 3. But then we had it inverted here. So where's our 6 o'clock? Where do we open up? Sunday. This is the 15-minute time frame, 6 p.m. This is where we were at 6 p.m. So on this particular market here, the market at 6 p.m. when it opened up, it broke bad and went this way. So we're like, ooh. But before we did that, before we executed, we wanted to make sure what did the market look like on the 5. So on the 5-minute time frame, we at 6 p.m. on Sunday, we were totally out of harmony. We had 1, 2, but where was our wealth line? I mean, our flow was on top of our momentum and ignition. So that was out of harmony. We knew we weren't executing because we were totally out of harmony. So because we knew we had no harmony, we weren't executing. I want you guys to be able to see what we can hear, guys, when we have access to this. Do you guys see why we didn't execute on GBP? Why, even though it looked great? on the 1 minute. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, ooh, let's get in. Wait, before, do we have perfect harmony all across? We saw immediately we did not have perfect harmony. So we knew we weren't executing at 6 p.m. But when we went back to where we started, on NAS, on the 1 hour chart, on NAS, the reason that we didn't, because we said we didn't have perfect harmony, the clarity was on the bottom. So we didn't execute, even though the 6 o'clock did buy, it did go up, but we didn't have perfect harmony. Who had perfect harmony? Oh, your favorite pair, right? You go. Yeah, it did. It did. So there was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at 6 p.m., it gave you profits. 5 p.m., 6 p.m. here, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, and you had your space. They played it close, but you still had space between your 15 minutes. And then 6 p.m., this is where they played it close on goal. And you guys was like, man, I'm playing a game. I'm playing a game. Me, I am not playing with y'all. I, I'm not giving my money to a sandwich. I'm not playing in consolidation. I'm not doing it. I need harmony in order for me to, so I mean, like I say, for me, no trade is a good trade. Like I didn't have to donate my money to charity. Like, no, I'm not doing it. But because I listen to what the chart is telling me, it's why I guess I preserve my capital for the right time. Because the right time for me is when I'm clear, when clarity goes above the wealth line. Wealth is first, clear second, flow is third, ignition, and I mean momentum and ignition. When those five lines line up in harmony all across my 1 hour, 15, 5, and then I get to my one, okay, which direction we going? We buying? Okay, let's buy up. 9:30, all five of them line up, 9:30, boop, we going up. 9:30 and a half, I'm done. Some 9:30 and 45 seconds, y'all be still in there like, ooh, yeah. Just give me what I need, give me my profits, and I'm gone. But when harmony sings perfectly, I don't get in the way of it. What do you hear here? What do you hear happening with Nas? Okay. At 6 o'clock on Sunday, she opened here. This is where harmony was perfect. Right? Now we see harmony coming and singing a different song. What do you mean it's singing a different song? Price itself is here. Price has now come ignition. The ignition has come below flow. Because ignition has come below flow, who is now in control at this point of the market? Here's flow. The sellers are in control of the flow. Even though the big banks and corporations are still in control of momentum, who's in control of price right now? Price is below flow. So the sellers are in control of price. Buyers are overall. So where is it going? They coming to get clear. What do you mean it coming to get clear? Coming to get clear is the same thing as coming to the flow. Coming to the flow is the same thing as coming to the momentum. If you come and touch momentum, you've touched ignition. If you come and get this, touch this, you touch that and you got hot because the buyers overall are still in control. You come down here, get hot. You see here, get hot, take off, hot, take off, hot, take off. If you come and get hot at the same time where you getting this ignition from, that same hot is this ignition. That ignition means you touching the flow because the buyer's still in control on the 5 minute chart. Price is above. Y'all hearing me? Y'all can hear y'all. Oh, y'all can hear me. Price is above on the 1 minute. Price is below flow. Here it's above, but it got to come and get. It got to come and touch the flow. Once it touched the flow, because the buyers are in charge, boom, It gets the flow and continues to do. Y'all hearing me? Because it got to get clear. The sellers are in control. They pushing down and they trying to get clear. Once they clear, it taking back off because the buyers are still in. Y'all better stop playing with me as I teach this lesson and come and join me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as we learn to listen to the chart and how it's singing, guys. Y'all come to the community. Y'all make sure y'all come check us out. I'm finna go ahead and get out of here. I'm gonna throw on a song before I get out of here. But that's our weekly analysis. That's how you analyze where the market is going, listen to what it's telling you and what it's going to do for the remainder of the week. For the remainder of the week, we know and we understand overall for the week. When I say the week, that's 7 days. Who's in charge for the long period of time? Let's go for the 4-hour chart. It takes one candle 4 hours to form over here. Who is in control? The big banks and corporations. They still pushing the market up. The sellers came and broke underneath the flow and said, hey, we pushing this down. The sellers were in charge. They pushed down. They had to do what? Get their money. They pushed all the way down to the wealth line. They broke past and say, we coming to get it. They pushed all the way down to the wealth line. And guess what happens once you get there? The buyers, the big banks and corporations who are in control do what? Push the market back. Where is it going? Again. So we're not trading in any of this. We're not executing and doing none of this in this sandwich. We're waiting for what? For the big banks and corporations to do what? Get clear. Once they're clear and they have what? Momentum. Once they clear, once they're pushing the market up, we're clear, they got momentum. Now, once this breaks this, we gone again, guys. For how long? We listen to what the market is telling us. This is long-term, 4-hour chart once this breaks past this for buyers, for big banks and corporations buying Nas up. So on the 1-hour chart, this is going to break here at the same time that what happens, guys? This breaks here. Oh my God, I did that. Follow me. Once this breaks here, we are doing what Monday morning? This can take its time all through the night and get slow and break down and come through. We're waiting to hear what, ladies and gentlemen? We're waiting to hear clarity over the wealth line. At the same time that does that, the flow is breaking above clarity. Once the flow, the momentum, the flow is above and the momentum is above and we're clear that it is above, we're doing what, guys? We're going long. We're buying. Just the same thing with the big banks. We're waiting. So Monday comes, 9:20 a.m. We get together. We're gonna listen, get clear for 9:22, 9:23, and then we're going into our lesson. We're gonna analyze these charts. We're gonna see what's going to happen, and we're going to decide if we're going to execute at 9:30 for a buy or not. We'll find out then. All right, I got a couple of more minutes before I get with my team. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We're gonna close it out with a song. And which song I'm gonna go with? I don't know, I'm gonna pick, but you guys can hang around with the song and stay with me for a minute. Open the chart. That's what we did, right? So we open the chart. Let's go with that.
Yeah. Headphones on, noise gone. Everybody chasing them already calm. Coffee black, screen glow. The market talking, most don't know. Bill 1 hour, 15, 5, 1. Everything either seems or it doesn't. Open the chart, don't open emotions. Read the rhythm, forget the commotion. If it ain't in harmony, it ain't for me. I came to listen, not to believe. Green ain't victory, red ain't defeat. The only thing that matters, did I follow the beat? Everybody wants money, if you respect time. And the chart don't reward, hope it rewards alignment. Open the chart, read every measure. Patience patience today, compound forever. If it ain't in harmony, walk away free. The chart decides, not me. Listen, prepare, execute, move on.
If today's listening party helped you see the market a little differently, imagine what happens when you experience it every morning. Trading with the Edge is completely free to join. Attend the listening parties, explore the classrooms, learn the framework, watch the replays. And when you're ready to stop watching market harmony and start seeing it on your own charts, Legacy membership unlocks the Edge and the Edge Razor scalpers. Everything starts with one click. We'll see you inside.